All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Economics, Equities, and Real Estate Explained, brought to you by Federal Land and First Metrosec. My name is Marco, your host, and joining me are Cherry from Federal Land and Royce from First Metrosec's research team. This session will have a mix of interactive activities and short talks in hopes of making you guys realize that learning and investing can be fun, especially with the right partners. So this will be an engaging, gamified webinar where we can review some key concepts with regards to the economy, equities, and real estate industries. We will have three games, guys. Question and answer type using Menti, with prizes to be given away to the top three placers of each game. So after each of our games, each of our three games, Royce and Sherry, our resource speakers, will then brief us on the latest trends in the economy, equities, and real estate markets. In short, that's three games, three winners for each game, and three short post-game talks. Of course, we will have a question and answer portion to cap off the afternoon. So at any point during the webinar, please feel free to type in your questions in the Q&A box. So all good? Can you guys give a thumbs up emoji or any emoji to let us know if you're ready and excited to begin the program with our first game? So waiting for some emojis to signify the start. Okay, we have a couple. Great. Good afternoon, Jerry Lee. Thank you. Good afternoon, Chess. Thank you. All right, so I guess we're ready and we shall begin. All right. Okay. Our first game is all about the economy. We have prepared 5 questions to help us review some key concepts, some key economic concepts, and multiple choice or true or false style to prepare us for the short update to be delivered by Royce. So answer correctly and swiftly to earn the most points. The top three placers will win 200 pesos worth of 7-Eleven e-vouchers each. All right. So to join the game, okay, may we invite everyone to take out your smartphones, your mobile phones, and go visit www.menti.com and please enter the code 6409 6841. Alternatively, you may open your smartphone's mobile camera and point it to the QR code to join this game. All right. So let's allocate a minute to give time for the participants to join our first game. Okay. So if you are ready, kindly press the heart or like button to signify that you are ready to play the game. Okay. So just a few seconds more and then we can get started with our first game. Currently, we have, what's this, 15 participants hoping to get at least 30 for our first game. All right. 18. Shout out to Mr. Dennis Salvacion, one of our early joiners for the webinar. Shout out to Mr. Hector Arellano for joining us. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Shout out to Mr. Dan Camacho. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us. All right, 19 players, maybe a few more seconds to let the participants join our first game. Then we can get started with the first question. 21 currently. All right. 22. Sige, we can start siguro at 25. All right, I think we're good to go. Kung gusto pa sumali, the code will be flashed at the top of the screen for those who still want to join at any point during the first game. All right, so we can get started with the games and our first question. All right. Ayun. These are all your icons. So thank you for choosing. Okay, we start with our first game. And for this first question, rather, we have 15 seconds to answer. Okay. First question is blank refers to the branch of economics which studies the behavior and performance of a national economy. Is it macroeconomics or is it microeconomics? 5 seconds to answer. Three, two, and one. Time's up. The answer is macroeconomics. So to the 26 who answered macroeconomics, congratulations. To the 4 who answered microeconomics, let us take this chance to clarify. No, microeconomics is the study of how individuals and companies make choices regarding the allocation and use of resources. Okay. Macroeconomics usually starts with the country's GDP or gross domestic product or the flow of final goods and services produced by a country. So there are usually there are three approaches to measuring GDP. The most popular of which is the final demand approach, which adds up consumption, government spending, investments, and net exports. So congratulations to the 26. After the first question, let's look at the leaderboard. Okay, Nemo, Cesar, and Beyonce. Wow, Beyonce is here. Are currently in the top 3 spots. You are poised to win the 200 peso e-voucher from 7-Eleven. Congratulations, Nemo, for answering the quickest. Okay. For the rest of us here, participants, we have 4 more questions to steal one of the top 3 spots. So keep playing, keep answering correctly and swiftly. All right. We move on to question 2 out of 5. Okay. And for this question, again, we will give you guys 15 seconds to answer. Okay. The second question is, which among the following is the biggest contributor to the Philippines economy? Is it net exports? Is it capital formation, also known as investments? Is it government expenditure? Or is it household or private consumption? Which is the biggest contributor? Time's up, and the answer is household or private consumption. Congratulations to the 10 of us who got it correct. No, so this is usually 70% of our gross domestic product, talking about household or private consumption. The second largest is government spending, which is normally around 20 to 26%, followed by capital formation or investments, which comprise 10 to 17%. And finally, net exports is actually a drag. No, this is around negative 13% because the Philippines is primarily an importing country. Dahil mahilig tayo gumastos at bumili, kailangan na natin mag-import from other countries, right? So after 2 questions, we can now check out the leaderboard and see if the rankings have jumbled up or if they stay the same. Okay. After 2 questions, the leaders are. Oh, we have new top places. Currently, we have Kath, Vroom, and Fen, who stole the top 3 places. So congratulations to Kath, Vroom, and Fen, currently the top 3 spots. Congratulations to Randy for answering the fastest for this second question. All right, 3 more questions for this first game. 3 more opportunities to steal the top 3 spots. Okay, we move on to our third question. And for this third question, we will give you guys 30 seconds to answer naman. Okay, 30 seconds to answer correctly and swiftly for more points. The question is, what happens to the price of a good, let's say rice, chicken, pork, gasoline, whatever, no, when its supply is threatened, but demand for the good stays the same or even increases? Will nothing happen? Will the price increase? Or will the price decrease? What will happen to the price when the supply is threatened? Okay, 10 seconds to answer. And let's see where we are. Yeah, napapaisip tayo for our first game with our basic understanding of economics. Time's up. The answer is the price increases. So I'm happy to see that 28 out of 30 players got it correctly. No, so this is basic supply and demand. An increase in supply relative to demand lowers the price, but a decrease in supply relative to the demand increases the price. So I'm happy to see that a lot of us got it right. Now, so congratulations to the 28. Let's see the leaderboard after 3 questions. So for this round, the one who scored the most is Kath. All right. So I think pareho pa rin, no, yung top 3 placers natin. It's still room. Fen and Kath, nag-change lang sila na ranking for Noel, Randy, Neri, Cesar, PJ, Ivan, and Carlos. You guys have 2 more questions to try and steal one of the 3 top spots from our top 3 placers. All right. So we move on to the 4th question. I hope you guys are having fun and learning, no, at the same time. So we wanted to make this a very fun and interactive webinar as opposed to our usual briefing. Okay. So for question number 4, we will give you guys 20 seconds to answer naman. Okay. 20 seconds to answer. This is a true or false question. True or false? When the prices of goods and services are high, consumption tends to decrease. Is the answer true? Is the answer false? Or is the answer it depends? Uy, may bagong option tayo. Sorry, I lied. Hindi lang pala true or false. May 3 answer pala. Okay? Time's up. The correct answer or the correct answers are true and it depends. Okay? So normally, when the prices of goods and services increase, yung mga tao na hindi masyado malaki yung capital are forced to reduce their spending, no? Unless you are a person with a lot of savings, in which case you can tap into your savings to keep your consumption levels the same. Kaya the answer can be true or the answer can be it depends, no? So this question alludes to inflation, and as a prime example, when gasoline or food is more expensive, we tend to consume less of it, no? Di tayo lalabas, di tayo magmamaneho, unless of course we have high income or we have savings. Okay, so very interesting question, very interesting concept here, and I'm happy to see that most of us got one or the other question, or answer rather, correctly. Okay, after 4 questions, let's check the leaderboard and see who are still or currently are in the top 3 spots. Uy. Okay, so Vroom, Fen, and Kath. Uy, consistent, no? With Noel, Randy, and Neri. Not far behind. So 1 more question to go through, and good luck to everyone. I hope you guys get it right and are able to answer quickly. Okay, we move on to the last question for this first game. Okay, last question for this first game. All right, and for question number 5, again, we will give you guys 30 seconds to answer. All right, 30 seconds. Which among the following options will not help slow inflation down? Alin dito ang hindi makakatulong magpabagal ng inflation? Is it raising interest rates? Is it increasing production or supply of goods or services? Is it increasing private or government spending? Or is it decreasing private or government spending? Which of these options will not help slow inflation down? 10 seconds to answer. Medyo tricky to, guys. Medyo tricky. Let's see. Medyo mahirap. 3, 2, and 1. The correct answer is increasing private or government spending will not help slow inflation down. Why? Kasi when you increase private or government spending, the demand relative to supply goes up. So ibig sabihin, magmamahal yung mga presyo niyan. So this will not actually help slow inflation down. Raising interest rates limit money supply. No, this is something the BSP is currently thinking of doing, might do, will do. Okay, and when money supply is limited, no, medyo bababa yung demand ng tao. If you increase production and supply, then dadami yung supply relative to demand, magbumura yan. Then finally, when you decrease private or government spending, demand goes down as well. So the correct answer is increasing private or government spending. So very tricky to. Congratulations to the 10 who got it right. And now we move on to the final leaderboard for this first game. Okay? Hala, nagkagulo. So medyo nasi-shake up yung points. Okay, so after 5 questions, the top 3 placers are Carlos at 3,816 points, then Jerry Lee Then Vroom. So si Vroom, medyo consistent. Congratulations, Fen and Kath. Almost there. Sayang. If you had just gotten this right, this last question correctly, you would have definitely won as well. So to Carlos, Geraldine, Vroom, congratulations. Please message us your name and email address so that we can email you the instructions on how to claim your 200 peso 7-Eleven e-vouchers. All right. Congratulations, Carlos, Jerry, and Vroom. We will have two more games, guys, no, after this next part and more chances to win. Okay. So up next, thank you for playing. We will have no Mr. Royce Aguilar to give us the update, no, the skinny on what's happening with our economy, no. So we hope you guys had fun learning or reviewing some key economic concepts. Let's now hear from Royce, First Metrosec's Deputy Head of Retail Research. Royce, are you there? Ano ba yung mga key themes with regards to the Philippine economy that we should know at this point?
Hello, hello. So good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Royce Aguilar. I am deputy for retail research in First Metro Security. So thank you.
Royce, sorry, excuse me. Medyo mahina lang. Baka you can increase the volume on your mic.
Hello, hello. Mic test, mic test. Hello.
Sige pa, lapit ka pa konti, sir.
Okay, sige, sige. So hello.
Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. No, so here we will discuss. Thank you again. Thank you for Marco for giving us that game. No, ako nahirapan rin ako. No, but let's try to discuss yung inflation, interest rates, and the recent updates sa government. Okay, so on inflation, what does First Metrosec think of inflation? This is definitely an issue na um for you for you ever since we were young, it's always been a problem if we can afford things, if we cannot afford things. So let's now discuss what we think of inflation and what are the causes and what we think will happen moving forward. So we have this research partner, no, si Development Bank of Singapore, DBS, and they're the ones doing economic forecast for us. And in terms of inflation, they expect the average to be at around 4.2%. That's average for year 2022. And if you ask us, that could surprise to the upside, right? And even the 4.2% is above the central bank's target range. So what are the concerns that we're seeing right now? Because this can affect the stock market and of course the overall economy. So we have two issues, right? Demand and supply. Let's first discuss demand. So yung concern regarding demand is we're seeing economic reopening. We are allowed to go out, alert level 1, right? For most cities. So there's this pent up demand. Since pent up meaning we've been stuck at home for so long, we wanted to spend. We Some of us that are fortunate to have work, we have excess savings. Now we have time to spend. So that excess demand is actually pushing inflation higher. Okay? So that's on the demand. The bigger problem is on supply. These are concerns, right? There are lots of issues. Sustained high oil prices brought about by the Ukraine-Russia conflict and second round effects of on the broader prices, diba? So let's discuss what are the different. It's easy to say Ukraine-Russia, but let's try to explain it a bit, right? In terms of the financial sanctions, we have to recognize that a lot of companies are imposing tough sanctions on Russia. Companies are willing to close down, willing to let go of their probable profit just to sanction Russia because of their wrongdoings. So that affects supply also because they're, of course, since they're not operating now in Russia, right? There has to be movement of supply that affects cost also. Commodities prices, right? Di lang oil, not only oil is going up, we're seeing the likes of aluminum, wheat, maize, barley, rapeseed. Because Russia exports those products. And this is a fun fact. Taken together, Ukraine and Russia account for more than a quarter of the global wheat trade and produce 12% of calories consumed globally. That's huge. So no wonder not only oil prices are going up, but other commodity prices as well. And as mentioned earlier, right? Um, Fun fact, my friend just came from the US. PAL, diba, Philippine Airlines straight flight, wala na. It's not existing anymore. From US to Philippines. US has to avoid going to the Russian airspace. Now they have to stop over in a country. Diba? So that affects supply chain also. Okay? So this is just a chart to show you how inflation trends have gone up over the past 4 years. Diba? So ang taas na. Alam, just like last month, beyond 5%. So that line is already beyond that chart already. That's how high has it been. It has been for the past 4 years. And just to show you, right, global oil prices, diba, from 2016 to now, even if you take a look, recall when we were concerned about COVID, we were disregarding how oil prices have been so low, diba? Right now, it's from 20, right now it's at what? Nearly 90. That's more than 4 times. And commodity prices altogether doubling. So that's the picture that we're seeing right now. On interest rates, of course, just to explain basic economics, diba? If inflation is so high, what central banks usually do is they increase rates to tame inflation. So that being said, our economists are expecting interest rates to further go up. How will that affect the economy, the stock market? Usually, that reflects in other rates, mortgage rates for one, right? So it could affect how the borrowing rates moving forward, right? So it's very important right now. We have a presentation later on one of the residences of Federal Land because this is the time. Kasi interest rates will only go up from here, at least in the coming months. Right? So this is a very important thing to know. So just to explain a bit, kasi government is very important. We must be aware of who's inside. So these are the cabinet members of the incoming Marcos Jr. administration. That's as of June 17, right? So why did I share it here? Because I want to focus who were they before, because it's very important. Number one in government is expertise. And this is um the experience of the cabinet members that were hired, right? For one, diba? For DTI, ex-UP president, now the Department of Finance, Benjamin Jokno, former BSP governor. Department of Migrant Workers, Toots Ople, migrant workers advocate. Former Labor Chief, Bienvenido Lagasma, is now the Department of Labor. Arsenio Balisacan, former NEDA chief, is now again the NEDA chief. So we're seeing here experts going together. So there's a chance that our economy can further recover from here. Manny Bonoan, former San Miguel Tollways president and CEO, now is the Department of Public Works and Highways uh, secretary. So let's see, right? So let's see. So far, the appointments have been good. Let's see execution. That's going to help our government moving forward. Okay. So before we move on to our next segment, we'll pass it again to Marco for the next games. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Royce. No, from what I gather from your first talk, the Philippine economy is still poised for growth, pero inflation nowadays is quite high, due primarily to what you mentioned, yung Russia-Ukraine conflict threatening the supply of various goods. Keep in mind, we asked that question kanina, so maganda na may understanding tayo before you pointed it out. And from what I got also, to help temper inflation, the government is looking to curb money supply by increasing interest rates. Key to making it through these challenging times are the policies that will be implemented by the cabinet members and economic managers of the incoming Marcos Jr. administration. Tama ba, Royce? Tama ba yung pagkakaintindi ko sa presentation mo?
Tamang-tama, Marco. Thank you.
Uy,
Thank you.
salamat, boss. Thank you. So now that we've had an update on the Philippine economy, let's move on to the local equities market, starting with our second game, right? So are you guys ready? If you're ready, kindly put a reaction or a thumbs up sa chat box so that we know that you are ready and excited for our second game. Yan, sige. Ayun, thank you. All right, I'll share my screen now for our second game. You guys have already had practice having played the first game. We move on now to our second game. Okay. So, like our first game, we will have 5 questions in the same multiple choice true or false style. Answer correctly and swiftly for more points. Like the first game, the top 3 placers will once again win 200 pesos worth of 7-Eleven e-vouchers. So head on back to www.menti.com to join and play this second game. Okay? Ayan. So once again, I would like to invite everyone to take out your smartphones and go to www.menti.com and please enter the code 8569764. Okay? Hoping to get the same amount of players, if not more. Okay, we have 93 participants, hoping to get 30, at least 30 for the second game. Okay. Currently, we have 16. Thank you for signifying your being ready to play. We have 22. Ayan. So yung mga malapit na manalo kanina pero not quite, you have the second opportunity to win again for this second game. So we have 27, maybe just 3 more, then we can begin. Okay? And we are there. We have 32. All right, we can start. No, we have a good amount of players. Great, let's begin. Okay? For this first question, we will give you guys 20 seconds to answer. Okay? 20 seconds to answer. Yan. Oh, we have 50 players. Astig, thank you for joining. Okay? It's going to get competitive. Hope you guys stay until the last question. 52. Okay? 20 seconds to answer this first question. And the first question is, which among the following best describes equities? Okay? Which among the following best describes equities? Is it money deposited in a company? Is it money lent to a company? Is it ownership in a company? Or is it stake in a company? Hindi po yan beef ah. Stake as in may pakialam ka, meron kang pakikiramay, meron kang pakialam. The answer is ownership in a company. Okay. Congratulations to the 33 out of 51 who got it right. So let's go over these very quickly. Money deposited in a company is simply a deposit. Money lent to a company is debt or a bond, maybe better known as fixed income. Stake in a company means you are a shareholder, can mean that you are a shareholder, a debtor, a customer, or simply affected socially, economically, or culturally. The best among these that describes equities is ownership in a company. All right, so congratulations to the 33 who got it right. Mukhang may experience na tayo sa equities market. So after one question, let's check the leaderboard and see who are currently in the top spot after one question. So congratulations, Ivan, Che, JJLM for grabbing the top 3 spots after the first question. 4 more questions to go. Lots more opportunities to grab the top 3 spots. Okay. We move on to the second question. Are you guys ready? 51, 52 players. For this question, we'll give you guys 20 seconds to answer. Okay. 20 seconds to answer. What are the main potential benefits of investing in equities? Ano ba yung hinahanap ng tao pag nag-i-invest sila sa equities? Is it interest payments and ease of withdrawing? Is it interest payments and price appreciation? Is it lease revenue and capital gains? Or is it dividends and price appreciation? Which among these are the main potential benefits of investing in equities? Time's up. The correct answer is dividends and price appreciation. Oh, mukhang marami nang ma-experience dito sa equities, no? So thank you for getting this, for playing, first of all, and for getting this answer right. And just to clarify, interest payments and ease of withdrawing refers mostly to the potential benefits of time deposits, okay? Interest payments and price appreciation refers mostly to bonds and fixed income. And lease revenue and capital gains refers to the potential benefits of real estate, no? Our third and final topic for today, okay? So congratulations to the 45 who answered it right. Mukhang tight competition this second game, no? So let's check the leaderboard after 2 questions in the second game. All right, so the current leaders are Ivan, Rodel, and Venture. Rodel answered this second question the fastest. Congratulations, guys. Ivan, mukhang strong player, no? So keep at it and win. 200 pesos, no? Sorry, it's not more, but so at least may pang ano ka na, may pang kape, pang Coke, no? So thank you for playing. 3 more questions to go, and we hope you guys are learning and having fun along the way. Okay. For the third question, we will give you guys 15 seconds to answer. 15 seconds to answer. True or false to? True or false? Equities are considered to be among the riskiest of the legitimate slash regulated assets. True or false? Yan, dapat uh, judging on the answers of the previous question, madali na to for the participants. 3, 2, and 1. Time's up. The answer is true. Okay, equities are indeed considered to be among the riskiest of the legitimate or regulated assets. No? And for everyone's appreciation, yung mga regulated assets are those registered, okay, with the PSE and are supervised by both, registered with the SEC, no, and are supervised and monitored by both the SEC and PSE, no. So, pag bonds naman sa PDEX yan, and for money market, it's both BSP, SEC, and the like. So, legitimate assets wise, equities are indeed considered to be among the riskiest. Okay, congratulations to the 42 who answered it right. Let's check the leaderboard after 3 questions. Okay. Ooh, very tight competition. After 3 questions, Ivan answered fastest and is still number 1, followed by Rodel and Venture. So Randy, strong player since the first game, always there. Kaya pa yan, sir. No? So Dr. Centipede, wow, galing. Ka-icon, kapangalan mo yung icon, galing. So Dr. Centipede, Denny, St. Elmo, PJ, Grayson, Pingu, kaya pa yan, no? Laban lang. We move on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4. True or false ulito, no? 15 seconds to answer. Okay, true or false? The economy does not play a part when investing in equities. Does it play a part? True or false? The economy does not play a part when investing in equities. True or false? 5 seconds to answer. The answer is false. Okay, so it does play a part when investing in equities. No, the simple reason for this is the better the economy is doing, okay, the more sound the business environment. The better sounding business environment we have, companies thrive. Companies are able to generate revenues and income. They're able to pay dividends, and their share price normally grows as well. No, so the economy does play a part when investing in equities. Congratulations to the 46 who got it correct. After 4 questions, we go back to the leaderboard and see the latest rankings. Uy, mukhang same pa rin, consistent. So Ivan, Rodel, and Venture are still in the top 3 spots for the second game out of 3. We have one more question for Dr. Centipede, St. Elmo, Denny, Randy, Grace, and Pingu, and Ronald to try and grab one of the top 3 spots. Okay? Last question for the second game. Ayun. Question number 5. We will give you guys 20 seconds to answer for this question. Okay? 20 seconds. Which among the following is not considered to be an investment in equities? Okay? Alin dito hindi equities investment? Is it real estate investment trust or REITs, equity mutual funds, equity unit investment trust funds, or cryptocurrency? Nasa pangalan lang, you can eliminate 2 of those already. So alin dito sa natitira is not considered to be an equity investment? Okay, the correct answer is cryptocurrency. Congratulations. Feeling ko yung nakapindot ng equity UITF, maling pindot lang yan. Gusto niyo sana pindutin yung cryptocurrency, no? So, cryptocurrencies are actually virtual assets whose value is derived mostly from adoption, usage, and speculation. REITs naman are registered and listed companies that are traded on the Philippine Stock Exchange. And equity mutual funds and UITFs are indirect investment in equities offered by investment companies, fund managers, and trust companies. Okay, so hope that was clear. I hope you guys learned something new. And we go to the leaderboard, the final leaderboard for this second game. Okay, so for this second game, we have Ivan, Rodel, and Denny. Wow, nakapasok si Denny as the third winner for the second game. So si Venture sobrang close, no? Kaya masaya yung game kasi nag-aagawan ng top spots. Congratulations Ivan for winning the first place, Rodel and Denny for being number 2, number 3. Okay, so for Venture, Randy, Saint Elmo, Pingu, and Ronald, Che and Peaches, we have one more game focused on real estate later. So more chances to win. Okay. So congratulations once again. Please do message us your name and email address so that we can send you the instructions on how to claim your 200 peso 7-Eleven e-vouchers. All right. Don't forget to message us, guys. Honesty system lang po ito. Sana po walang papanggap na winner, no? Uh, yung ano lang talaga, makatarungan lang po yung mga happening natin dito. Okay? So, up next, we will hear again from Royce Aguilar, no? Who will give us the update, the skinny, no, on the equities market dito sa Pilipinas and correct that, no, hindi stock picks but the outlook on the real estate industry. All right, Royce, are you there? Ano ba yung mga key themes with regards to the Philippine equities market and real estate industry that we should know at this point?
Hello, hello. Good afternoon again. So thank you and congratulations to those who won sa previous game. So let's discuss. So in terms of our year-end PSI forecast, no, we actually this is already adjusted based on the current yung mga landscape. No. Actually, we released this a couple of weeks ago where the market was 6.7. Right now, it seems like the upside is high because our year-end target is at 7.3 and we have an end first half 2023 index target of 7.7. It seems high, right? But let's discuss the strategy moving forward. So, for those wondering, okay, ang laki ng upside from 6,000 to 7.3 to 7.7. But for those wondering, why did you lower from 8.7, which is our initial PSI forecast, to 7.3? Because of high inflation, more aggressive interest rate hikes. Okay? So, for us to be more positive moving forward, what we would like to see are inflation settling within the 2 to 4% target range right now, di ba? Last May, we saw a 5.4% inflation, so that's quite high. Another is slower than assumed pace of interest rate hikes from the US Federal Reserve and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas because aggressive interest rate hikes are not good for the valuations of the stocks listed. Okay? Because instead of stocks, they would opt to go or they would prefer to go to fixed income, right? So that's the change in strategy there. That's why for equities, it's not good for interest rates to significantly go up. Third is since inflation is high, we would like demand to offset those cost pressures, right? Which would mean higher profits for companies. Lastly, we would prefer foreign investors to come back in a big way because fun fact, in terms of foreign investments in the stock market, it's at a more than 10-year low. Okay, so we need foreign investors to come back. And in terms of our main sector picks, we preferred those benefiting from the economic reopening, so those in the banking and property sectors. So next slide, let's discuss our outlook for the property sector. Okay, so we will discuss the catalysts and the risks moving forward. So let's discuss first where we are coming from. Okay, so macroeconomic fundamentals, of course, are still intact, right? Of course, we're seeing inflation here, but the problem is, or the solution, or our point here is, after inflation problems are done, we have enough buffer to for demand to come back. That's our point. So for the residential, although it's still below pre-pandemic levels, residential pre-sales of select names are under our coverage have picked up amid the unhampered mobility and increased selling activities. Okay, so you're seeing real estate consumer loans increasing faster than loan book. Residential reservation sales from listed companies are doing okay. Okay, so we're hoping other companies are, based from our data, they're also doing okay. So we're positive on that. on the mall side, this is where we are most positive under the property sector. Okay, because this malls segment are beneficiaries of economic reopening, right? Even kids now are allowed to go back to the malls, right? So we're seeing recovery of tenant sales and reversion to pre-COVID rental rates. And previously, diba, if you've seen the news dati, yung mga mall operators were kind enough to lower the rent na binabayad ng mga tenants nila. But right now, those rental concessions are normalizing, so that results in a higher profit from the for the property names. So that should allow profits to move closer to pre-pandemic levels. Okay, so on the chart below, wag tayo malito sa mga lines, but the bottom line here is pataas yung mobility. Again, good for malls. Lastly, for office, this is where it's neutral for us. It's generally stable, but outlook is mixed, right? Especially, a lot of people are demanding work from to continue to work from home, right? But the bottom line here is that's why we prefer the bigger names. Diba? Dapat doon tayo sa mga kilala, right? So besides sa mga listed names, doon tayo sa mga kilala, and we will hear from them later. So that's our outlook for property. Here are the drivers. What could make them better in the coming months? So, lifting of mobility restrictions in other cities. May mga alert level 2 tayo. Of course, the Filipino small going culture is far from being undone. What's our point here? The point here is, diba, in other countries, it's famous na mag-online shopping na lang. Of course, it's also famous here. But if you go to other countries, sa US for example, maluwag yung malls. But here sa Philippines, right now, di ba, ang sikip pag weekend. So that's a good signal. Resilient demand from the BPO sector, return to office mandate by the government. Of course, that benefits the office side. Lifting of international borders, gradual return of expatriates, of course, will benefit the BPO sectors. Of course, there are also risks. For example, if tumaas ulit yung cases, tumataas yung cases right now, but it's not yet a level of concern. Of course, a decline in overseas Filipino remittances is not good, because usually when our Filipinos, overseas Filipinos invest in the Philippines, diba, usually lupa, property. Slow recovery mall footfall is not good. Greater adoption of work from home, of course, not good for offices. So those are risks. So, okay. So that ends my presentation. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to attending the Q&A later. Later pa yung Q&A. So, thank you.
All right, thank you, Royce. No, from what I gather, the PSEI, Kamo, is expected to reach 7.7 around this time next year, driven by inflation and monetary tightening policies. But on the bright side, the economy is still poised to grow, supported by its reopening, as you mentioned, which can be a catalyst for foreign investors to invest dito sa Pilipinas. And as for the property market, First Metrosec research is positive on the residential segment and neutral on the office segment. Okay, both of which should generally benefit from the lifting of mobility restrictions, return to office, and yung BPO sector na very resilient. No, tama ba, Royce? Did I capture your main points?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Marco. And looking forward to your questions later.
Oy, salamat. Okay, given these views, I'm happy to share with everyone that one way to invest in the real estate market is to course it through an online trading account. At this point, allow me to share with you five of my favorite things about your first Metrosec account. So, right? So, just to give a quick introduction, sino ba si First Metrosec? We are the online securities brokerage of the Metrobank Group, and our main service is a platform, an online investment platform, which helps Filipinos save money and build wealth by giving access to a number of options, including stocks, real estate investment trusts, exchange traded funds, bonds, mutual funds, and UITF. So that's who we are, and that's what we do, no? And for our efforts in building the nation building through financial literacy and fintech innovation, we have been awarded as the best online trading platform and best brokerage house by the Global Economics Awards. We were also awarded the best online broker and best online trading platform by international finance, and most recently, the best broker for the Philippines this 2022 by Finance Asia. All right, so that's just to introduce kung sino ba tong first Metrosec, sino ba yung mga host natin this afternoon. All right, so with that, allow me to share with you my 5 favorite things to know or that you should know about your first Metrosec account. The first thing I wanted to share with everyone is that you can use your first Metrosec account to add securities no to your portfolio no. Alam natin na parating na yung 7/7, siguro nag-iisip tayo mag-shopping online but consider investing in securities that pay dividends no. One such option that has been popular over the past 2 years are real estate investment trust companies or REITs for short. So what are REIT companies or REITs? These are basically SEC registered companies that are listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange, which means they are tradable, and they basically exist to own revenue generating or income generating assets no. Itong mga income generating assets can be office spaces, commercial centers, hotels and resorts, even energy projects. Um, and through yung kanilang property and fund managers, itong REITs collect revenue from their tenants. No? Yung maganda dito sa REIT companies is that there is a law, Republic Act 9856, which mandates that 90% of the REIT's distributable income should be given to its shareholders. No? So if you're a shareholder in a REIT company and you know that the quality is good, you can expect to earn dividends and you have the potential also to see your investment grow when its share price increases. No? So these are one of the more popular investments over the past 2 years kasi bagong-bago siya. Plus there is a law that makes it very, very attractive. No? Just to share with everyone the available REITs currently in the stock market as of today, sharing with you what they are, who they are, yung kanilang last price, no? But what I want everyone to focus here sana is the last two columns where we communicate to you yung yield of each of these REIT companies, no? So as you can see, at current price levels, you may have heard the market's not doing so well, but at the current price levels, medyo attractive na yung mga yields niya. Most of them, all of them actually, are offering you a potential yield of more than 6%. Some reaching 7, some reaching 8, some reaching 9. No? So very, very attractive currently yung mga yields na to for those of us who are looking uh, uh, to deploy funds for passive income. No? So this is an option for passive income investing. To share with you no, how REITs can augment, improve your cash flow, also provide you with an investment yield, allow me to share with you one of my financial goals. No? So ako, personally, if I had 30 million, I'm working to reach this wealth level. My plan really is to deploy this type of money sa REITs. No? I know that if REITs give me 5.5, very conservative na at the current price level, no, it will earn me a net passive income of 1,485,000 pesos per year. So bawas na to ng 10% withholding tax, and REITs give dividends rather quarterly. No, so if I distribute this every quarter, then I can expect to earn around 371,250 pesos per quarter. And if I'm really good in allocating my money, that means it's like earning 123,750 pesos per month. No? So ito yung potential earnings mo if you invest 30 million. But of course, hindi ganun kalaki ang amount to invest in REITs. You can actually start with a few thousand pesos. No? So I think the minimum board lot now is around 1,000 or 2,000 pesos. So if you have, let's say, 20 million, that means you're earning 80,000 or so per month. If you have if you have 10 million, that means you can earn around 40,000 pesos or so per month. And to demonstrate to everyone here how you can add REITs to your portfolio through your first Metrosec account, let me give a quick demo on how to do it through our mobile app. No, so assuming you have a smartphone and you've already downloaded the first Metrosec Go mobile app, you can simply click it. No, the app will load. You can log in using your username and password. Okay. And once you've been able to log in, click trade on the bottom panel, click buy to buy shares, input the fields, no, stock, quantity, price. So let's say we are investing in C-REIT, minimum quantity 1,000 shares. Let's say we want to buy at the price of 2.61, but right now, today, it's already at 2.40. Okay. So once we are ready to buy, click preview, confirm. And assuming you have buying power and you are ready to go, you will be an investor already in these REITs, no, in these REIT companies. So ganun lang kadali to be an investor in real estate through REITs, no. Very affordable, very cheap, and you can use it to build wealth over time. So if you'd like to build your portfolio through our mobile app, feel free to download First Metrosec Go by finding it on Google Play and App Store, or simply um, pointing your smartphone's mobile camera to the QR code flashed on screen. Okay. The second thing I'm happy to share with everyone is that you can use your First Metrosec account to trade and invest in other real estate stocks with confidence. No? So when you sign up, when you register, get exclusive access to our stock recommendations na hinahanda ni Royce at pinamimigay at dinidistribute. No? And then be guided by our buy and sell price views and much more. I'm very proud of Royce. No? Si Royce has been consistent in his Traders Playbook reports. For every 10 reports na pinapalabas ni Royce, 7 out of 10, okay, are correct. That's why he has a 70% hit rate. And for each correct call, Royce is able to generate a profit of around 10% for each trade. No? So we're very, very proud of Royce. He's been doing very well, and hopefully he can keep up this performance. Congratulations to Royce, my colleague. The third thing I'd like to share with everyone with regards to the First Metrosec account is that you can now use your First Metrosec account to invest in fixed income securities or bonds, no, kapag may primary issuance. So most recently, we have participated in some of the corporate bonds being issued, as well as the government's retail treasury bond 27. So you can course through your investment through Metrobank, you can course through your investment through FMIC, our parent company. But one advantage that you have if you course it through First Metrosec is you can do it completely online. So you can view the confirmation of sale for your investment and the statements online. When the issuer gives you interest every quarter or semi-annually, automatically receive the coupon payments through your First Metrosec account. When your investment matures, no, receive the full principal at maturity, automatic, no. And finally, in case you need to sell your investment in the event that you need the funds or capital, you can ask us to help you sell it. We'll coordinate with our partners, and then we'll liquidate and credit your account the proceeds. No, so very easy, very convenient to invest in fixed income securities, either corporate or government bonds through First Metrosec. The fourth thing I'd like to share with everyone with regards to your First Metrosec account is that you can use it to park your savings, no, your emergency funds, or even your investable funds in money market mutual funds kung di pa tayo makapili kung saan paglalagyan. No? Halimbawa, you're still thinking of where to place it, you're waiting for the market to bottom out or turn bullish, you can simply park it in the available money market, and now UITFs available sa First Metrosec. So for those who aren't familiar yet, money market mutual funds are pooled funds that are already diversified, which offer higher yields compared to your traditional time deposits at comparatively low risk. They're very liquid. You can enter and exit um, at any time, no? Subject, of course, to yung mga each individual fund's minimum holding period, which is normally mga 7 days lang naman, no? And then finally, very, very stable siya, no? So very good option to park your savings and emergency fund here, giving you as much as 1.40 or 1.50% net per year, depending, of course, on the performance of the fund manager, no? So for those who are unfamiliar, no, who have been using our account just for trading stocks, ganito lang to access money market mutual funds through the platform. So you can even sort out the performances. You can check out the minimum initial deposit, how much to add. Okay. So for a quick run through, just visit new.firstmetrosec.com.ph, input your username and password, click login. When you reach the landing page, look for the funds button on the upper right-hand corner and click. Pagka-pindot po natin, you will now arrive at FundSmart. And here you can click money market and sort and scan and go through the options. And once you have chosen your preferred money market mutual fund, simply click subscribe, learn more about the fund, make sure that you know everything there is to know about the fund before you deploy your money, input the amount that you'd like to place there or park there, then click subscribe. No, so as mentioned, minimum lang is 1,000. If you want to add more, you're free to do so, and you can withdraw or redeem at any time. So it's that easy, no, to park your savings, an emergency fund, some money market mutual funds. And finally, I'm happy to share with everyone that funding your first MetroSec account is done online now, very conveniently, very easy through a variety of options. We recommend using the Metrobank bills payment or Metro Remit because it is quick, the quickest and the fastest. No? So within 30 minutes, magre-reflect na yung pera natin sa ating account. If you course your funding through BDO, BPI Land Bank, Security Bank, or Union Bank's bills payment, it will reflect in 2 hours. And if you course it through PS Bank, GCash, Coins.ph, 7-Eleven, and Paymaya, it will reflect on the next trading day. So sobrang dali to fund, sobrang dali din to withdraw for your cleared cash. No? So just log in and request for a withdrawal. For more questions, clarifications on funding, withdrawals, and the other topics I briefly discussed, please feel free to visit our help center at help.firstmetrosec.com.ph. For those of you here na wala pang First Metrosec account, no, we'd like to invite you to visit our website, www.firstmetrosec.com.ph, to open an account. You can also scan the QR code flashed on screen or visit bit.ly/fms-new account and then click open an account. Mabilis lang to, very easy, very convenient. Nothing to print, nothing to submit. It's all done online. So just complete the online registration form in 10 to 15 minutes, verify your email address, and upload the required documents. And favor lang guys, no, when you reach the part where you are asked how did you learn about us, pakilagay lang doon yung seminar code natin na Federal Land. So at least this way, we'll know that you attended this webinar, that you have a tilt towards real estate, and we can invite you to more collaborations with our webinar partner, Federal Land. All right? So ganun lang kadali. We also recognize that once you've opened an account, very crucial and then in your investment journey is learning. No? So we make it a point to always schedule and deliver market education events every month. So watch out for our July events. We will post this sa ating Facebook page. So please do visit and follow us on Facebook. Just type First Metro Securities and follow us. No? So these webinars are free. You can invite everyone. You can join. And some of them are actually recorded and posted sa aming YouTube channel. No? So be on the lookout and we hope to see you sa ating July webinars. For those of us who'd like to be in the know, may we invite you to join our First Metrosec Market Updates Viber community, which currently has 3,877 members as of 2 p.m. So here in this Viber group, we share with you market updates, announcements for events, for market events, of course. We also share with you guidance and write-ups no, as often as we can. So libre lang to. Please feel free to join us and check the community out. Then finally, if you are from a company, if you're joining us casually, or if you'd like to have any of our financial literacy events for free, please send us an email at marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph. All right. Okay, so now that we've had a quick word from this webinar sponsor, First Metrosec, it's time now to get into, I think, yung pinaka-hinihintay ng mga attendees natin. We move into the real estate part of our program. No? So we will be featuring Miss Cherry Win in a bit. But before we hear from her, we will now have our third and final game. So if you guys are ready, we'd like to invite you back to Menti so that we can play part 3 focused on real estate. All right. So you guys know the drill. Head on over to www.menti.com.ph for our third and final game. Okay. So to join this third and final game, again, may we invite everyone to take your smartphones out and go to www.menti.com and enter the code 24902321. Again, alam nyo na, top 3 placers will win 200 pesos worth of 7-Eleven e-vouchers. By the way, I've only received 3 messages from the participants. I think there are 3 na ayaw i-claim yung ating 200 peso e-vouchers. So if these other 3 winners don't claim it by the end of the webinar, baka we'll give it to 3 random folks from the webinar. No? So I hope the other 3 winners message me directly your name and email address so that we can send you instructions. Okay. Currently, we have 25 participants for this third and final game. We're hoping to reach the same amount as the previous game, if not more. So give siguro a few more seconds to give time for the rest to join. We have 31. Can we go for 50? Okay, mukhang nagsastabilize tayo at 32. I guess we can start. But again, if you guys want to join middle of the game, just for fun, please feel free to do so. No, thank you for for pressing the heart button continuously. Okay, 34. Sige, last call. 35, 36, 39. Baka internet connection lang. Sorry guys, I don't mean to rush you. Excited lang talaga ako for the game, no? Okay, I think we're stabilizing at 40 and we can start na siguro. Okay? We move to question number 1 of this third and final game for the afternoon. Okay. Ayun, 43. Okay. For this question, we will give you guys 15 seconds to answer. Okay? 15 seconds to answer. True or false? Real estate is its own asset type that tends to appreciate when the economy is growing. True or false? True or false? Hindi to trick question. Madali lang to. True or false? Real estate is its own asset type that tends to appreciate when the economy is growing. Yeah. Answer is true. 45. Got it right. The two who answered false, I'm guessing maling pindot lang to, no? Or hindi talaga naniniwala sa real estate. Pero the reason why this answer is true is because that when the economy grows, jobs are created, income increases, and then demand for property goes up. No? Considering also land is the one commodity, the one asset that they don't make any more of, no? Very limited yung real estate. So the supply is limited, but demand keeps going up. Then the price and the value of real estate tends to go up, of course, especially when the economy is growing. That's why the answer is true. Okay? Congratulations to the 45 who got it right. Sa mga dalawang sumagot na false, I would like to believe na maling pindot lang yan. All right? Leaderboard after first question, we see some familiar names. Pero ang favorite name ko dito is Lord Elron. Mukhang Lord of the Rings fan to like me. So I'm rooting for you, Lord Elron. Medyo excited ako sa pangalan mo. So for this first question, Ivan is the fastest, followed by Tin, or is it Tine? I'm not sure, pero I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. No, and then we have Pingu, Randy, familiar name, Carlos, Dennis, IDZ, Holahap, and Rachel. Congratulations, Ivan, Tin, and Pingu. We move on to question number 2, and for this question, we'll give you guys 20 seconds to answer. No, 20 seconds to answer. We have 5 questions, guys. Medyo ano lang, medyo iba lang yung 5th question, kaya dito nakalagay lang 2 out of 4. Okay? The second question is, which among the following is not a direct investment in real estate? Alin dito ang hindi direct investment sa real estate? Is it residential property? Is it commercial property? Is it raw land? Is that industrial property, REITs, or special purpose property? Okay, time's up. The correct answer here is REITs. Yun. So buti a lot of us got it right. Sana yung explanation namin in the earlier part was able to help you or give you guidance on getting this question. No? So mukhang nakikinig naman tayo. So thank you very much for that. Residential, commercial, raw land are of course, and industrial property are of course direct investments in real estate. Yung special purpose property is also a direct investment. This may refer to yung mga lupa for libingan, for for keeping your storage, no, for your goods and equipment. So all of those are direct. Real estate investment trusts are not direct because you course it through the buying of shares of stock listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange, and then the REIT company is the one who invests in real estate. Kaya siya indirect. Okay. So after 2 questions, we go back to the leaderboard. You guys already know. And we check the top 3 placers. Ayan. Okay, top 3 spots currently is Jon Snow. I'm also a fan of Game of Thrones, no? And siguro fan ka rin. So congratulations, Jon Snow, for answering this the fastest and for taking top spot. Ivan IDC, congratulations for being part or rounding up the top 3. Randy, Denny, Dennis, John, Rodel, Ronald, G. two more questions kasi yung fifth question, walang points yan. Bonus yan. So, two more questions to try and enter the top three. Okay? We move on to the third question. Question number 3 out of 5. And for this question, we'll give you guys 15 seconds to answer. Okay? True or false? True or false? Investing in real estate is only for the wealthy. Totoo ba to or hindi? I know this question is subjective depending on yung ano mo kung saan ka napupwesto, but generally speaking, is it really for the wealthy nowadays? True or false? We think the answer is false. All right. So I'm happy to see everyone got the prospective correct answer. And siguro naisip natin yung solution also, no? And answering this question. And the answer is false because of the presence of debt, no? The ability to borrow from financial institutions such as Metrobank to help acquire real estate assets, no, has debunked the myth that real estate investing is only for the wealthy. So we're happy to see that aware ang karamihan, most of us, hopefully all of us, that there are financing options available to us. Okay? So after 3 questions, we move back to the leaderboard and see the standing. Ayun. So Ivan, strong player. Jon Snow, bida, Game of Thrones, bida din sa game na to. Randy, top 3 placers. John answered the fastest. One more chance to enter the top 3 spots, no? So I'm rooting for you guys, especially Sir Dennis, no? Thank you for always supporting us, no? Shout out ulit. Pangalawang shout out ko na kay Sir Dennis. Okay? We move on to the fourth question. For this question, we'll give you guys 30 seconds to answer. Okay? 30 seconds to answer. Which among the following is a potential drawback of investing in real estate? Which among the following is a potential drawback of investing in real estate? Is it rental revenue, rent revenue? Is it capital appreciation? Is it this concept called inflation hedging? Or is it illiquidity? Alin dito yung potential drawback of investing in real estate? Okay, 10 more seconds to answer. All right, so time's up. The correct answer is illiquidity. Happy to see that 38 out of 47 got it right. Okay, the rest are actually potential benefits. Rent revenue is a potential benefit. Capital appreciation is a potential benefit. Siguro yung tatlong to ayaw ng capital appreciation. They're just kidding. And then inflation hedging is a big term. It's a heavy term. But all it means is that the asset gives you the ability to pass on the risk of inflation to someone else. No, so real estate is said to be an inflation hedging option because when inflation is high, no, pag nagmamahal, you can pass on the higher costs to your tenants. No, you can pass it on to potential buyers para intact pa rin yung capital natin. Right? So assuming inflation's at 4%, you can increase your rent revenue by 4%. Ganon, halimbawa, no? That's why real estate daw is a potential inflation hedging option. Illiquidity refers naman to the inability, okay, to convert the real estate back into cash quickly or over the long term. So some properties can be liquidated quickly, others not so much, and it will depend on a variety of factors, no? So it will depend, of course, on a number of things. Hopefully, though, when investing in real estate, the benefits outweigh this potential drawback. No? So ito yung a main drawback, but considering the potential benefits, baka the benefits outweigh the costs. Okay? After 4 questions, we move on to effectively the final leaderboard for this third and final game. And let's see who are the prospective winners. All right. Okay, mukhang we will see Ivan win this third game. And then Randy overtakes the rest for second spot. And then Jon Snow, congratulations. No, you guys will be awarded officially after this fifth and informal question. Okay, so let's move on to the fifth and final question. Gusto lang namin makilala kayo, no? Gusto lang namin ibigay kay Miss Cherry yung profile of our attendees, no? So we want to know, what is your primary consideration or what will be your primary consideration for investing in real estate? Will it be location? Will it be income or capital appreciation? Is financing, the presence of financing options, your primary consideration? Is it quality of development? No? Is it the type of real estate? No? Or is it liquidity? Ano ba dito yung preference natin, yung primary consideration natin for investing in real estate? We want to know. Okay? So let us get to know you and what you look out for, what is important to you. All right. So siguro a few more seconds. 19, I think I've answered pa lang. We saw 48, 47 folks here. Yan. Happy to see the answers. 'Di ba? Yung liquidity hindi masyado primary consideration. So this potential drawback is actually very minimal daw. So dahil medyo pahuli yung financing options, ibig sabihin, may capital din pala yung mga attendees natin, no? So hindi ito masyado important. Or baka lang dahil maraming financing options, it's not really a factor. Okay? 42 have answered, and it looks like income or the ability to earn from it is the primary consideration for investing in real estate. So we have a lot of investors here, no? And for those who answered location and quality of development, I assume you have tilt towards use, no? Residential use for the property, or if not, you're an investor. And then the type of real estate followed by liquidity and financing options round out the ranking. All right. So thank you very much for letting us get to know you more. Very helpful to, no, for Cherry, who will give her talk after this bit. But before we go, I'd like to of remind everyone to, of course, let me know, no? Please message me your name and email address so that we can send you your 200 peso 7-Eleven e-vouchers. Congratulations, Ivan, for winning first place in this third game. Congratulations, Randy and Jon Snow, for taking second and third place. No, so again, please message me, guys, your name and email address. We'll send you the vouchers by tomorrow. Okay. Before we go, and before I turn you over to Cherry, who will give us her presentation, her talk, may we ask lang for some feedback? No, nag-enjoy ba kayo? May natutunan ba kayo? How did you find this activity, these three games actually? No, so I think you're given an option to type input one word. Diyan sa Menti, pakilagay lang po ang ano natin, yung how you feel, what you thought of the game. Did you have fun? Oh, educational, exciting, cool. Thank you. So please keep them coming. We'd love to find out. This will help us plan our future webinars better and craft um, our activities in better ways, right? So last call for feedback. Uy, I like the smiley, and yung favorite reaction ko, smiley. Yan. Pasensya na, guys. We're not naman professional hosts or webinar folks dito. So I was the available and the best option today. So hope I'm not too laggy. May nakita ko laggy dito, laggy. All right. So 32 have provided us with feedback. Thank you very much. I think it's time, no, to move on to our last speaker, and I'm very excited for her presentation kasi I am not that well versed sa real estate and I want to know more. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. And may I call now si Miss Cherry to the floor and to deliver her talk, no? Miss Cherry, are you there?
Hi, Marco. Thank you. Thank you for
Right,
that
thank you.
exciting game. Let me just share my slide. Okay. Nakikita na ba yung slides?
Yep, see it. Baka maganda yung full screen lang natin.
Is it?
Just need to press the full screen.
Okay, let me just. There.
Great, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marco, once again, and a pleasant afternoon to everyone here. Welcome to our guest today. I am Cherry De Los Reyes from the Corporate Sales Group of Federal Land. Wow, those information earlier, no, nakaka-nosebleed, pero it was, yes, you're all correct. It was a learning experience for all those details, no, and additional knowledge then of what's happening around us. Now, the question now is, with all those information, is it really safe to invest in real estate now? Or is it time to invest in real estate? What is happening now, no? One thing that affects us is this inflation. This is being largely driven by the pandemic, the war in Ukraine, with the high price commodities and the oil price hike. So magkano na ba yung gasoline ngayon? 85 pesos. So I can't imagine kung next week ano na yung magiging forecast sa atin. But since ito yung nangyayari, we seek for other avenues of investment, no? And pretty much we can agree on we are investing in all kinds of investments. So it can be a VUL, no? Insurance with the unit link, mutual funds, what else? UITF, or we all even put our money in the bank, no? Nandun lang, naka-stock lang. Pero the strategy kasi is we need to diversify. We need to distribute in order for us to preserve the money. Kasi ano to hard-earned money, di ba? So you need to include real estate in your investment portfolio. Why? While your other pool of investments are having this low risk or high risk return, no, because of market volatility, this real estate will give you, it will sustain your money. It will even appreciate your money over time. Kasi even during this pandemic, which started year 2020, the real estate value continues to rise. So this preserves and grow your money. Kanina nakita ko, no, na you're much concerned or you're more concerned on the capital appreciation. That's good kasi real estate can generate and augment income. You can have this lease or rented out, especially now with the work from home setup. More buyers are looking for a comfortable place, di ba? And emotionally or physically, they want something, lalo na ngayon pag virtual, they want a background which is very nice or a condo living style, di ba? And another advantage, real estate can serve the purpose of legacy. So in case of untimely demise, you have this property to live, no, sa family mo. So, well, so it's up to them if they want it to rent it out or sell it for their funds. Now, the good thing with pre-selling naman, this can also serve to build your future funds or your retirement fund. For example, you buy a pre-selling unit today with the cost of, ano ba yung pinaka-affordable namin? Let's say 10 million. And then after 10 to 15 years, imagine the cost of that unit. Siguro with the historical background ng aming projects, a 200% increase. Imagine. So let's compute nga kung magkano after 10 years, di ba? So this brings value to your money. And after that, of course, the value increased already. So there's a good pressure when it comes to capital appreciation. There. Just an example, you'd be impressed with the highly competitive value of these projects that we have in Metro Manila. First is the Grand Hyatt Residences in BGC. So we launched this 200,000 per square meter, and now it is at 400,000 per square meter. So that is a 200% increase versus the launching price. Our other projects in the Grand Central Park Township launched at 117,000. And the current price, actually hindi na ito 330. So it's higher. Pero it gives us a 280% plus. Diba? So imagine if nakabili kayo dito sa area na to, well, that's capital appreciation. In Pasay, we have Six Senses. Ayan. I'm sure nadadaanan nyo to sa Makapagal. So the launching price is 106. And now, wow, 350,000 per square. So this is a 327% increase from launching price. And syempre, hindi ko naman makakalimutan ng Cebu kasi maganda talaga ang Cebu. And we have a project there which is Marco Polo. So this started at that price. And now it's 175,000 per square, giving you 182% increase in value. So see, historically, the capital value of real estate remains to be strong, even the pandemic, no? Whatever situation that we have. And given the inflation, which is 2% to 4.2%, well, our investment in a property will keep pace with the rise of inflation. So let me just mention also the projects that we have. No? Ito yung mga nagawa ng government natin, and I'm sure nadaanan nyo na rin to, which is BGC Ortigas Link Road. So we have projects here kasi this connects with, this is between Pasig and BGC. So this has the, we have here the Grand Midori Ortigas and the BGC projects of federal land. And here, well, as of yesterday, as I have read, no, on track ang Mega Manila subway. So this will ease traffic congestion and will add to your capital appreciation when it comes to real estate. And good news kasi the first 3 stations, based on the announcement, will start operations this year. And the BGC to airport, bus transit, it's ongoing. There we have the, wow, ito yun, maganda to, Makati Taguig SkyTrain. This will be, well, target completion is 2028. And syempre, we have also in Cebu, we have the ongoing projects here. There is also a completed expressway and a future development. So imagine yung price ng Marco Polo now is nasa 175,000 per square. Tapos tatayo pa tong mga developments, right? So why wait? And here we have the bridge linking Binondo and Intramuros. Near this bridge, we have our project, the Four Seasons Riviera. It's now completed. And we have Far North, Marikina, the 3 bridges, soon to launch, soon to be constructed. There. And syempre, since the economic situation have caused these issues, no, the affordability issues, developers came up with special promotions. Example, RFO or the ready for occupancy promo. Well, kasi syempre, sa side ng developer, it will be costly kung maraming ready for occupancy. So the strategy is to pass on the cost as a discount. So especially when the buyer purchase this as cash, kasi kung ready for occupancy naman yung requirement, ibig sabihin, they want to move in immediately. So with that, if you pay in cash, they offer, I think, 20% discount. So that's a big savings for the buyer. And not to mention, kasi pag nag-discount ka, hindi ka na maglo-loan. There. And another is zero lump sum down payment. So here, you don't have to pay a lump sum of 10, 20, or 30% that big, but instead, the down payment will be paid in installments. So the strategy here is you get to pay the original amount in installments, but even if the property appraised, you're still paying the original price, right? And well, this is good kasi hindi lang to short term when it comes to down payment. And this is popular especially for pre-selling projects. So developers offer stretch and flexible payment terms. Wala namang forever. Pero siguro like with federal land, we have up to 60 months. So imagine, di ba? Yun nga, kagaya ng sabi ko, you're paying the original price. Pero yung value nun yearly, nag-a-appreciate na. And of course, a unique offer nowadays for ready for occupancy or pre-selling can be free GCs. Pero yung GCs na to, hindi lang to hindi lang to SM, they offer big amount of GCs like 300,000, di ba? To compensate the promo. And pwede ring may free travel, free car. Totoo yun. Totoo talaga. And there are free appliances, furniture. I'm sure you have encountered this before. Ayan. I hope we're still up. Okay, so syempre, not only that, kasi the advantage now is developers partnered with banks. They have accredited banks. They synergize with different banks, no, to help the buyers with the processing of home loan in order for them to get the best rate and pass it on to the buyers. So the buyers will be provided with a special rate and an account manager to facilitate the home loan application. So mas personalized na ngayon ang mga service ng banks. Besides the bank financing, there is also an in-house financing. While banks are known for their strict documents, strict process, no, strict application, syempre they're following Bangko Central's guidelines, no, policies. In-house financing naman has a relatively low risk of being denied. We offer this or suggest this to buyers who have the money, pero merong problems when it comes to credit. Yon, so this can be a solution in order for them to have their own real estate investment. Well, the interest may be high, yes, because the payment term is shorter, but it simplifies the process and it simplifies the requirements from the buyer. Nowadays, developers have also made it convenient, for the buyers, whether you're here locally in the Philippines or outside the Philippines, you can reserve through the online transfer, remittance, diba? So actually, ginagawa pa naman yung mga over-the-counter, post-dated check, yan. Pero we have other facilities. In addition to that is the popular GCash. So I'm sure lahat dito may mga GCash, right? And here, siguro kung di pa nag-pandemic, hindi ma-explore yung ganitong facility. But before the pandemic, when you're hunting for a property, traditionally you go to the showroom, meet the seller, ask for requirements, diba? We still do that, which basta inaalaw ng alert level and the restrictions, especially the developer. And now developers have adopted to digital process, to digital changes. The good news is whether you're outside the Philippines or here, or kahit sa probinsya ka, may bibilin ka ditong property sa Manila, diba? Sa BGC, bibili ka, you can purchase a property because everything we can do it online. We can present online, we can email the documents online. So it will bring convenience and fast and easy process. So this goes from not only from the reservation, we also do virtual unit turnover. Kaya napaka-convenient, and especially for buyers who are residing abroad. But of course, one thing that we have to look into is just be sure that you're dealing with professional and licensed sellers of a developer. And speaking of credibility, we first should look at the background of the real estate company. Consider a real estate company that is financially strong and highly resilient despite the challenging times. So with this, let me introduce to you my company, Federal Land. Federal Land is one of the fastest growing real estate developers in the country. Our company holds a legacy of personifying and reshaping the skyline of key cities in the Philippines with iconic structures and world-class developments for over 50 years. Yes, you're correct. 50 years, you heard it right. We will celebrate our 50th year this July. And then, of course, I know that you know Federal Land is a member of GT Capital Holdings, which owns market dominance and is one of the largest and the biggest conglomerate here in the Philippines, with a market capitalization of 3.5 billion US dollars. We have these following affiliates sector. So for banking, of course, we have Metro Bank. Insurance, we have AXA Philippines. Automotive, Toyota, there. And for infrastructure, Metro Pacific. And syempre, Federal Land for the real estate. Federal Land has a number of prestigious global brand partnerships for its property developments, which reinvents the standards of project planning and development with innovative technology. We partnered with this team of experts because our company is committed to deliver real estate projects that are world-class standard in design and structural durability. Our company also teamed up with Japanese financial firm like Oryx Corporation and the Grand Hyatt International of Chicago to introduce the Grand Hyatt brand here in our country. This is the first residential condominium in Southeast Asia carrying the Grand Hyatt brand. The partnership brings to the Philippines not only luxurious residential suites, but also the legendary Grand Hyatt hospitality and service. Our residential condominium project, Grand Hyatt Manila, is a two-tower development flanking Grand Hyatt Hotel, and which is part of the Federal Land's master plan township, which is Grand Central Park in North PGC. Here, we also partnered with two of the biggest names in Japan's prime real estate and retail industries. We have Nomura Real Estate Development, with a history of more than 90 years of investment banking experience. Isetan Mitsukoshi Holdings is a Japan-based holding company mainly engaged in the department store business. They are best known for their Isetan Mitsukoshi department stores, which can be found in all over Japan, other parts of Asia, as well as in Europe and in the US. This partnership gave birth to the residential project, the Seasons Residences, bringing a piece of Japan to Bonifacio Global City. And soon, the very first Mitsukoshi Mall in the Philippines, offering a uniquely Japanese mall-going experience. Let me introduce to you the Seasons Residences.
Welcome to the Seasons Residences. Inspired by the Four Seasons of Japan, the latest residential development by Federal Land, Nomura Real Estate Development, and Isetan Mitsukoshi Holdings features architecture and design that blends Japanese design and innovation with the Filipino lifestyle and sense of community. I can't wait to show you around. Imagine having your own piece of Japan in the Philippines and calling it home. A home designed to bring greater comfort, convenience, and functionality into your everyday life. A home where you can enjoy a refined sense of living. The Seasons Residences is located in Grand Central Park, Federal Land's master plan community in the northern part of BGC. Sitting on a prime lot along 8th Avenue, the property offers you not only an elevated lifestyle, but one of complete connectivity and accessibility where life's conveniences and joys are just minutes away. Many developments seamlessly connect BGC to other cities, making traveling to and from BGC a lot smoother and easier. The Ortigas BGC Road Link directly connects BGC and Ortigas Center, paving the way for ease and convenience when going from one city to the other. BGC will also have its own station in the Mega Manila subway, which connects Quezon City in the north all the way to Parañaque City in the south. The new Bus Rapid Transit system bridges BGC to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, cutting down travel time from BGC to NAIA to just 15 minutes. Last but not least, there are plans for a SkyTrain to link the Metro Rail Transit or MRT Guadalupe station in Makati to BGC. Top-notch education is also within arm's reach at the Seasons Residences, with plenty of esteemed international schools nearby. Living at the Seasons Residences also gives you easy access to world-class medical care, with St. Luke's Hospital and Medical Center Taguig and more close by. There are also plenty of chapels and churches nearby, so that you can easily hear Mass when you want to. Teeming with premier shopping malls, chic restaurants, artisanal coffee shops, and entertainment and lifestyle spaces, living in BGC brings you the best that life has to offer. The Seasons Residences is a 4-tower development, with each one representing the 4 seasons of Japan: Haru, Natsu, Aki, and Fuyu. Designed with your safety and security in mind, every tower is reinforced with earthquake vibration control technology or a damper system to minimize vibrations and increase the building's resilience to both strong winds and earthquakes. Today, I'll be showing you around the model units of Haru Tower. The first tower, representing spring, will house 304 thoughtfully and elegantly designed units spread out across 45 floors, featuring a mix of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, villas, and penthouse units. To start with, I'll be showing you around one of our largest units, the 168 square meter 3-bedroom unit. Ranging from 168 to 177 square meters, the 3-bedroom units come in various layout options, so you'll have no trouble finding one that suits your taste. Following Japanese culture and tradition, the foyer is designed like a genkan, a welcoming area that serves as an entryway before actually moving into the main living space. Here, you can comfortably tidy up, remove your shoes, and hang up your stuff before entering your home. It's also got a built-in shoe cabinet. To separate the foyer from the main living space, the flooring of the genkan and the living spaces are different. The genkan has homogeneous tile floors, while the living area's flooring is made of cozy engineered wood. With Japanese concepts and philosophies in mind, the living room features minimalist and elegant designs. It is paneled with expansive windows that allow abundant natural light to come into your home. The windows are double glazed with low E coating for better energy efficiency. This reduces heat by 30%, greatly improving the cooling system without decreasing the amount of light that passes through. kitchen in all units at the Seasons Residences is fully equipped with Japanese innovations and the latest technologies, such as a range hood with advanced smoke capture and oil filter technology, Japanese space-saving kitchen sink, floor storage, and air washing tiles located either in the kitchen or dining area. Each bedroom here at the Seasons Residences comes with engineered wood panel flooring. The sleeping quarters of the 3-bedroom unit provide more than enough room. So much so that if one is not being used, you can convert it into a home office, a den, a home theater, or pretty much anything that suits your family's needs. Saving the best for last, we have the luxurious and spacious master bedroom. So, as you can see, it is large enough to fit a queen-sized bed with enough room left for other furniture, like a work desk, a vanity desk, or any other pieces that you may want to have in your room. The master bedrooms and the 3-bedroom units of the Haru and Natsu Towers come with their own walk-in closets, giving your cherished garments and precious jewelry a room of their own. The master toilet and bath comes with dual lavatories and Japanese branded plumbing fixtures, including the Enax Spollet, which features rear cleansing, soft closing seat and cover, a self-cleaning wand, and a hygienic self-cleaning nozzle. And now, I'll be showing you the 85 square meter 2-bedroom unit. As you can see from this large living area, the 2-bedroom units are generous in size, ranging from 64 to 93.5 square meters. The minimalist and elegant kitchen is finished with homogeneous tile flooring, granite countertops, and overhead and base cabinets. The Japanese innovations in the 3-bedroom suite are also available in all units here at the Seasons Residences. The 2-bedroom unit comes with a versatile utility area that you can use for anything that you might need. Moving over to this side of the unit where the sleeping quarters are, you will find that the bedrooms are spacious and can fit large beds. They come with built-in closets, complete with drawers and fully adjustable shelves. This specific unit in Haru Tower comes with its own balcony where you can comfortably enjoy fresh air. The master bedroom includes its own ensuite toilet and bath with premium finishes. For this model unit, the 2nd bedroom is designed as a tea room, showing you what you can do with the versatility of this space. At the low zone, the last unit I'll be showing you today is the 1-bedroom, which comes in generous cuts from 43 square meters to 62 square meters, and also in various layouts. Creating harmony between aesthetics and function, the different parts of your home seamlessly blend into one another for a fluid and effortless daily living experience. The bedroom is spacious and can fit a queen-size bed, while having enough room for ample closet space and a work or vanity desk. And its toilet and bath can be easily accessed from both the living room and the bedroom. Every bathroom and kitchen in the Seasons Residences features a below-floor drainage system, or sunken slab. This feature allows you to easily do repairs and maintenance without having to access the unit below. And of course, a federal land condominium would not be complete without its thoughtful leisure amenities. The Seasons Residences offers a unique amenity in the guest house. It's Inspired by traditional Japanese architecture, it can be made available for short-term stay if you're visiting relatives or friends, so that they too can experience the Japanese way of living that you enjoy as a resident. Residents can enjoy the summer sun at the pool. Book the Japanese-designed multi-purpose room for birthday parties or family reunions. Get work done in the top-notch business center. Exercise in the gym, yoga, and dance studio. Recenter and stay zen at the wellness rooms. Jam in the music studio. A game room where the kids can play to their heart's content. And so much more. Residents of the Seasons residences will also have direct access to an authentic Japanese experience, as it will be anchored by the highly anticipated Mitsukoshi, the first ever Japanese-inspired mall in the country. The mall will feature a well-curated selection of global and Japanese retail brands and restaurants, as well as the signature Mitsukoshi supermarket and beauty section, seamlessly transporting you to Japan through culinary delights, luxury cosmetic brands, premium retail stores rich in taste and culture, and so much more. At the Seasons Residences, you truly have a home where you can enjoy a complete and elevated lifestyle. A home that is well connected to life's conveniences and complete with an array of amenities. Located within a vibrant community at a premier address. Meticulously designed with superior craftsmanship. And with direct access to the first ever Mitsukoshi in the country. If you want to experience the refined way of Japanese-inspired living, we would be more than happy to help. Looking forward to welcoming you home here.
So there, the next big thing will be the Seasons Residences with the Mitsukoshi Mall. So watch out for it. And apart from that, apart from the Seasons Residences, let me also show you our other projects we have in Manila, Makati, Pasay, Cebu, as mentioned. We also have Cavite. For Cavite, we have lots for sale, which are very affordable and with a charming community. Of course, BGC, Mandaluyong, Pasig, Marikina. So there. And we also have in Pasay. Of course, this will be my second to the last slide. No? So there, what I just want to say is, despite the economic situation, we should always look at the brighter side, diba? So take advantage of this moment, because real estate has the highest returns, the greatest values, and the safest investment. Okay, before I end my slide, this will be the last, I promise. Before I end my presentation, may I also invite you to our client referral program, which will give you cash reward. So if you have friends, relatives, enemies, pwede na rin, you may endorse them to us if they have this property requirement or they want to start investing in real estate. My details are here, QR code, digital na tayo. So there, please feel free to contact me anytime. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Back to you, Marco.
Hi, Cherry. Thank you for the very informative briefing, no? From your presentation, my three main key takeaways are sobrang collaborative pala ni FLI, no, ni Federal Land Inc. with regards to partnering up with Japanese designers and architects. So ang ganda, I did not know that prior to your presentation, and I can assume that because of the collaboration, mataas na yung quality. And my last key takeaway is, in addition to be a good presenter, magaling din ka pala na host for videos, no? Was that you who hosted that video? Is that you talking? Para ikaw ata yun. So, congratulations, no? So, we've now finally come to the Q&A portion of the program. We have a few minutes. Sorry for extending, but we're happy to see that you guys are still with us. So, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat box or the Q&A box, and we'll try to answer each of them as much as we can. So I think we see a question here sent in by Mr. Mendoza. Okay, so again, guys, please type in your questions. I think we have, we're extending, but we have about 11 minutes to go. Royce, may I call you back here to the floor to help us with any of the questions that might be sent in. Okay. So let's read first the first question sent by Mr. Mendoza. What are our thoughts on securities now that the World Bank released its latest outlook that recession will be hard to avoid for many countries? No. So being that this is outlook for, I assume, the equities market, baka we can call back Royce to give us his views for the question. Royce?
Thank you. Thank you, Marco. Thank you for that question. That's a good no. That's a good question. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're now one of the less optimistic sa market kahit it seems like mataas yung upside, no. So that's a good question, especially we're already taking into account that fact that there could be a recession, especially in the US, no. Of course, global recession series, but in terms of the percentages that you see online, it's mostly in the US. Dun siya mag-start. But the problem here is especially we're looking at several risks such as inflation, pagtaas ng interest rates, and of course the weakening peso. That's a concern, guys. Um, but that's why we tell our clients to remain picky. This is not a type of market where you want to be fully aggressive, and despite what it seems to be a discount, right? Because the market could definitely be lower. Um, that's why we remain picky. One of our slides we mentioned to go for banks which will relatively benefit from rising interest rates, and then the property sector, especially since malls are reopening. So you have to remain picky. This is not the time to be fully aggressive. Actually, Mark, if I may, if I may answer the next question, what's the current support level for the PSEI? Actually, in our view, it's 6180, which was breached earlier. So the next is 57. So yep. Thank you, Marco.
Ayun, thank you, Royce, for being proactive and taking that second question. No? So for those that missed the second question or don't have their chat box open, the second question is, what is the view on the current support level for our Philippine Stock Exchange Index, the benchmark for Philippine equities? And according to our Deputy Head for Retail Research, Royce Aguilar, now that the market has broken down from 6,400, we expect the index to retest support at 5.7. So that's about 6%, 5 to 6% down from where we are. Can be reached siguro within next week, probably, likely, but that remains to be seen. All right. So thank you for the question, Mr. Chen. Okay. Um, may we ask for questions to be sent in through the chat box? Ayun. All right. From one Miss Chari. Thank you for asking. No, what should we do with our stocks and mutual funds, VULs? If inflation spikes continuously, should we sell or should we hold? All right. So siguro we can break this question down by addressing your positions as stocks, direct investment stocks, your positions as funds secondly. No, so Royce, would you like to give us your thoughts on what Miss Cherry should do with regards to her direct exposure to equities? And I'll take on mutual funds and VULs.
Sorry, what's again?
What
What's
should we do with our stocks, no, our direct investments in stocks, if inflation spikes or continues to be
okay.
high?
That's a good question. Actually, there are three scenarios here. I like seeing this scenario especially right now. Um, if you're for example 80 to 100% exposed in the market, you're overexposed right now. It's time to lighten position, lower it down to around 50%. If you're 30 to 50% exposed in the market, continue to hold your stocks. But of course, again, the basis here is the stocks that you're holding must be, or we are recommending those exposed the opening winners, those in the property and bank sector. So going back to the answer, if you're 30 to 50% exposed to those sectors, just continue to hold. Be ready to be on the hunt once the market continues to go down. But if you're 0% exposed, it's time to test the waters a bit, buy into the property and banking sectors. So those are the recommendations for now. If you want me to answer some of the questions here, or mukha namang ano.
Siguro we'll answer this
Sige,
question first. No? So
go
what
ahead.
do we do if you have mutual funds or VULs naman if inflation spikes continuously? So before I answer that, no, I'd probably advised to review kung ano ba yung objective natin for investing in said mutual funds or VULs. If it is a long-term investment, if your objective is to grow capital over the long term, if you have a high risk tolerance, then I would say that investing in those mutual funds now and seeing this opportunity, this time as an opportunity to buy the dip, then you may want to average down your investment in mutual funds. For VULs, I'm not sure if you have a holding period, if you're contracted to keep it there. But I would advise the same, no? If your VULs are there, an investment for the long term, no, for you to help build and grow your capital um, for a period of more than 3 to 5 years, then this should be a good opportunity to average down or even contribute more. But if that's not your objective, if your objective is not to grow your money over the long term, it might be good to lessen your exposure, maybe sell a bit of your shares, of your holdings, and then probably park it first sa ating mga money market mutual funds. So the answer here will depend on the current position or situation that you are in. But what is clear from the market that is telling Royce and I is that there are a lot of headwinds which should cause stock prices to go down or to be challenged in the near term. If you don't mind, if you have a long-term view, again, take the opportunity to average down. But if not, if this is very concerning for you, you might want to lessen your exposure until such time that the markets calm down. All right. So thank you, Ms. Cherry, for the question, and I hope you were able to answer it, or at least provide some flavor um, for 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 ideas, no, for some of your ideas. Okay. Next question, we move on to Miss Nina, no, newbie daw, Royce, no. What does it mean to have an index target, no? Ano ba itong sinasabi nating index target for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index? What is a target, and how does it affect
Good question.
regular people, common people? So what does it
A
mean?
good question. Yeah, kasi we have to go with the basics. To our target is based from the PSEI. What's PSEI? That's the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. What symbolizes the Philippine Stock Exchange Index? The top 30 companies listed here in the Philippines. So, how the share price action reflects what investors expect from them in the future. If the index goes lower, meaning negative expectations in the future, just like what's happening now, the market is going down because you're seeing inflation, you're seeing weakening peso, right? So that's how important it is because this is important because the stock market is a forward-looking mechanism. Ano po ba ibig sabihin nun? Meaning, kung ano yung tingin ng investors mangyayari sa ekonomiya natin, nagre-reflect po siya sa stock market. And PSCI is the main benchmark or yung pinaka nagsisimbolize sa stock market. So kaya maganda po siya panoorin. Okay, so the question, I'm hearing questions, is it good to buy for the long term? Yes. But we have to consider, if may 1 million pesos ka, hindi pa ito yung time para gastusin yung buong 1 million pesos. Baka 400, 500,000 ipasok natin. Magtira tayo ng cash, 500,000, para pambili, just in case the market goes down. Kasi, the situation is not so good right now. We are feeling it, and we can confirm that it may not be the end. So, yeah.
Just to add to what Roy said, no, by index target, we mean our view for where our benchmark for stock market, for the benchmark for the stock market should be, no, at the end of this year, around this time next year. So when we say index target, it is our view on what price level our PSEI should be. So currently, our market is at 6,065 points. No, we think it will go down to 5.7 and hopefully mag-establish ng support yung market. So hopefully there will be buyers when it reaches 5.7 para hindi na siya bumagsak lalo. All right. So that's what we mean by a short-term index target 5.7. Next year we are hoping that it reaches around 6.7. No? And based on that, we can plan our trade and then execute our trading plan. All right. So again, ano lang to, no, views on our equity benchmark and how to take advantage, how to profit if you are an aggressive investor, if you are into trading. If not, of course, there are other options like real estate, like money market funds, which you can deploy your capital to if you're looking for alternative investments. Okay. All right. Puro PSEI questions. So happy to see that yung mga natira are really taking advantage of the presence of our Deputy Head of Retail. All right. So better to stay on the sidelines for now. Well, again, Mr. Lim, it depends, no? If are you invested? Do you have a position? Where did you buy? At what price did you buy? If assuming that you are, if you bought at the higher prices and if you don't need the cash, siguro don't ano na lang, no? Don't realize your losses for now. If you haven't entered yet, then we would advise waiting for the market to stabilize around 5.7 before considering. If you're somewhere in between, baka you can review your risk profile, whether you prefer to cut loss, live to fight another day, or you're okay to average down na lang. So it really depends on your position. Thank you for the question. Okay, next question. Um, Siguro, no? From Mr. Lipana, we can ask this third question. What companies, specific companies, are good to buy right now maliban sa federal land properties? Ano pa yung magandang companies na pasukan ngayon, Royce? What's good in your view?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, again, no, this is the time to bet on the companies that have faced several crises and yet has maintained market leadership despite all those years. Sino yung mga yun? So number one, for the property sector, of course, si Federal is under GT Capital, and since we're part of the group, we cannot fully recommend, but definitely, as mentioned, the bigger, the better. And Federal is definitely one of the bigger. So besides that, the likes of SM Prime Holdings, Ayala Land Inc., Robinson's Land, those are our top recommendations. Again, as listed names yun. Listed names po siya. So, there. So, for the banks naman, again, we cannot directly recommend Metrobank. But again, the bigger, the better. So, BDO, BPI. So, yun po siya. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Um, the time check at 6:02. Maybe we can answer one more question, no, before we call it an evening, call it a day. For the last question, Royce, let me give you the privilege of choosing your final question. There's a question here about energy companies like ASEN. I got a question about Semirara. Um, uh, you might want to address this question of a pseudo rally. No, feel free to choose a question and then your
Okay.
show.
Siguro I'll answer based on the general questions muna, and hope other listeners open a First Metrosec account, you'll be able to see more of our thoughts for company specifics. No? So I'll answer the pseudo rally. It's a good question. And this is a good observation, because there are a lot of companies na oversold. Oversold meaning share price. Of course, how do we define those? No, good to attend our seminars. But for Mr. Jude Lim now, it seems like he is aware, no, what's happening in the market. Um, oversold companies are still dropping after a weak pseudo rally. That's a good question. Actually, more on statement, but to address that, that's a problem, because usually when companies, especially bigger companies, are oversold, meaning yung RSI nila, that's an indicator, technical indicator, goes below 30, usually binibili siya, it's being bought back. But not that was not the case for the past 2 trading days. That said, there are a lot of sellers, not much buyers, because negative pa rin yung market. So this is the time the market is telling you to stay on the sidelines first. And this is the time to have a lot of cash with the mindset of buying back once the market goes lower. Not having cash, hoarding mo lang, tapos hindi mo pambibili sa future, talo ka pa na inflation. So, you have to have that mindset of buying back. Or if not, buy property sa federal land. So, pili ka lang doon, one of those two. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
All right, guys, time check. It's 6:04 p.m. And as much as we'd like to answer the rest of the questions, we want to be mindful, of course, of everyone's time. No, so may I call back si Miss Cherry for final remarks? No, one or two things that she'd like to leave everyone with before we call it a day. And then Royce, you can uh, share your final words as well after Miss Cherry.
So there, everyone, have a pleasant day ahead. Enjoy the rest of the day. I mean, and like what I said, take advantage of the moment, take advantage of the situation. And if you need, advice on the real estate investment, just contact me with the details that I showed you earlier. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you, Cherry, for your final remarks. No, just want to highlight also that real estate is an inflation hedging option as well. So for the question earlier, pag mataas yung inflation, one way to beat it is to put it into assets that are able to pass on the cost to your lessees or to your potential buyers. No, so that's with that. I'd like to say thank you, Ms. Cherry, and for Royce. Baka you have one or two final words for our attendees remaining here.
Yes, thank you again for attending, everyone. I guess yung pinaka advice ko lang is be a shark. No, it's not when in point kasi here is, um you have to take advantage, just to add to what Miss Cherry said. It's the time to take advantage of the opportunities that you see. Personally, I was wrong nung bumaba yung market during COVID. Natakot ako. Right? But this is a lesson learned for me. I have cash. I'm waiting for the market to give me opportunities. And again, this is federal land giving opportunities for all of us to take advantage of this huge opportunity. So, yun lang po. Be a shark, take advantage of opportunity. So, thank you.
Wow, I haven't heard that statement in a while. Be a shark, pero I like how it sounds. No, thank you, Royce, for your final remarks. Thank you guys for attending this webinar. For me, no more final words. I think we were able to share a lot of insights, a lot of learnings this afternoon, and I'm happy everyone was able to stay to the end. Maraming salamat. You have Cherry's contact details. You have our email address. For the winners of the game, please expect an email from me tomorrow. Thank you for participating. Congratulations. On behalf of First Metrosec and the Federal Land, thank you very much. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next collaborative webinar that we will be delivering. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.